So I'm going to ask this 14-year-old, do you want a pair of sneakers? I see you don't have these nice sneakers that other boys have. Do you want a pair of Nikes? Yes, I do. Take this packet for me to this address. What are you going to do as a 14-year-old boy? There's nothing to eat at home. You barely have proper shoes. You're going to take it. That's how you get into the system of criminality, where you are actually just a victim. By the mere fact that we are here, there's a place for us under the sun. For the mere fact that you got the degree, the LLB, there is a place for you under the sun. You need to fight for it, however. No one is going to give it to you. You need to fight for it. You need to own your space and the place that you have, because you are entitled to it. You have the skills, you have the aptitude, you are competent to do it, you can be nurtured by other people to become even more competent and more skilled. So the question in itself makes me think that people actually think that there is no place for us. And when I say us, I use the term, politically speaking, the non-whites of the fraternity. Indeed, there's a place for us. You must just fight for it. You must get up and say, I am here. This is me. I'm Revonia Campher. I will have a firm. You will recognize me. This is my space and my place. I'm here and I'm not moving. Make space for us. Make space for us. There is. Secondly, with regards to, is the question, is it financially viable? Indeed, it is financially viable. In the long run, in the short run, it doesn't matter how you look at it. Because remember, sometimes, I found it a lot when I was working for Legal Aid SA. I love Legal Aid South Africa, just so by the way. I love them. They groomed me, and it's because of them that I am now the confident defense attorney that I am. I would have never been if I didn't go to Legal Aid SA, Belleville specifically. That's why I did my articles. Awesome office. Anyways, so what I want to say is that you will find that we start off and we don't have trust funds. Let me speak of me personally. Let me speak of myself. I don't have a trust fund. I don't have an uncle or a mother or a father who already has firms. I don't have anyone that said to me, after articles, you can come and work for me. I didn't have parents that said, if you don't find articles, come and work for my company. We will create a position for you. No. Us, non-whites, we do not have that privilege. We are not privileged. We don't have that white privilege at all. We need to work for it. We literally have to work our fingers to the bone to get it. Do you understand? So yes, financially viable, it will be. But to get into the motion of things is more difficult for us because, face it, we are not privileged. I don't have a trust fund to say, I'm going to go get the funds and I'm going to go rent myself offices. Do you understand? I don't have parents to say, I need grocery money, I need rent money. I don't have it. But you know why it will be financially viable for us? Because we work harder to get those things, because no one is giving it to us. No one is handing it to me personally. So I'm going to work 3 times, 5 times harder than the person who is handed to. So unfortunately, in this profession, which I can speak of, yes, I do see my counterparts being handed to them. And I'm very specific. I'm talking about my white counterparts. It's handed to them. And in fact, this is the issue that we had with conveyancing. We were never exposed to it. We're not exposed to it. I came with my legal aid background and I attended a course. I was surrounded by people who were all in conveyancing firms. But do you think I have an uncle that's a conveyancer? Do you think we have a family friend that's a conveyancer who's going to say to me, come get some conveyancing experience? No, I'm at a back foot. We are at a back foot, and I use the word we politically correct and with the utmost respect to any other race. I'm talking about people that look like me, people who come from where I come from. I come from a single mother. I come from Worcester. I studied with misfas. I had to eat noodles, even slap millimil pap, because there's not even enough pap. You need to make sure that the little millimil that you have, that you slap maak om het te reek. People like us, we're not privileged. We need to work harder. So if you ask, is it viable? Now you take that personality and you take that drive. You put that person in a position of being a managing director. I ask you the question, what do you think is going to happen? The urge is there, the drive is there, the passion is there, and you know for a fact you're at a back foot, which means you're going to work harder because you're going to get there. So I'm saying to you, indeed, it's financially viable. Unemployment. I'm not even going to be fancy with you and say socioeconomic problems. No. I'm going to call it as it is. It's unemployment. Unemployment. I see it. You are unemployed, so what do? You are at home. You are subjected to predators, criminal predators, I'll say, who would see that this 14-year-old doesn't have a pair of sneakers, you know? So I'm going to ask this 14-year-old, do you want a pair of sneakers? I see you don't have these nice sneakers that other boys have. Do you want a pair of Nikes? Yes, I do. Take this packet for me to this address. What are you going to do as a 14-year-old boy? There's nothing to eat at home. You barely have proper shoes. You're going to take it. That's how you get into the system of criminality, where you are actually just a victim, you know? And then you're sucked into this world. Why? Because of unemployment. The mother's not working. The father is most probably absent. But if he's there, he's unemployed. Now you as a young child who is now being targeted by someone who sees there's a need for money in that household, and I need a runner. We call it a drug runner. I'm going to ask that 14, 15, 16-year-old. In fact, that person can even put a gun in that child's hand and say, go shoot XYZ for me. I'll give you this amount of money. Now I ask you, all of us have a moral compass. What does that 14, 15, 16-year-old know about a moral compass? He just knows, I can make money and my family can eat. So I'll go and I'll take this package. In some instances, also on the opposite side of unemployment, you'll also find that some kids don't get sucked into this world in that fashion. No, they don't. They are sometimes targeted, and then it's a matter of, if you don't do A, B, C, and D, I'm going to rape your mother, or I'm going to rape your sister, or I'll do this and I'll do that. And again, I come back to that point of, you are innocent until proven guilty. People, I get a little miscarriage for anyone that calls anyone a criminal. Because you never know. In fact, you were just sitting here interviewing me. You can be an accused tomorrow or this afternoon. Then you're going to say to me, Revonia, I didn't even see myself being here. That's how everyone feels. Do you see? But again, coming back to the employment, because I'm going off the point, coming back to the reason, it's unemployment. You will find graduates selling fat cooks so that the people can eat at home. You will find beautiful young girls going to parties, but actually going to prostitute, because that's what it is. So they'll get money after having sex, so that the family at home can eat. So if you ask me what is the root of all this evil, it's very self-explanatory. It's unemployment, literally. I think, okay, this is off the top of my head, I think if we can just empower, if you could start with one person who's unemployed and you ask this person, can you tell me what are you good at? You know? Maybe she says, and I'm specifically going to speak now about a colored community where I come from. Now she says, I enjoy doing people's hair and I'm actually good at it. And then you say, okay, so do you do it with their equipment? Do you do it with your own? No, I have a gun, I do it. And then you can suggest and ask, but don't you think next time when your aunt or someone asks you that you can maybe ask them a 30 rand, start out small. And then you can make money for toiletries or pads or whatever. So I think how we as individuals can change this. We must stop being ignorant to other people's problems. I don't say make it yours. I say have a viewpoint of empowering someone by putting these little seeds into their heads, that the skills that they have, that they can use them. Remember, if you have skills, you can also exchange the skills. You know, like say for instance, you can blow dry my hair. Your brother has a matter. Okay, fine. This is the amount of money that I charge. I'll give you a discount. Then you need to do my hair for, say, 3 sessions. And then I can do your brother's bail application. There's an exchange of skills there. But the point I'm trying to make is you need to plant these seeds into people's minds where you shift the mindset of, I'm unemployed, I'm helpless, I can't do anything to, yes, you're unemployed, but what skills do you have? What can you do? If you don't have any skills, where can you go to find skills? Where can you go and enroll where it's for free, where you can actually be taught skills? Or who can I hook you up with that can teach you skills? But we go through life thinking, I've made it in life, I'm fine, I'm not even going to bother myself. But somewhere there's a cousin. Somewhere there's a neighbor who's unemployed. Why don't you take 2-3 minutes of your day and you raise this and ask, but what are you good at? What do you see yourself doing? What do you need? I don't have much money, but maybe I have 100 Rand in my pocket. You can use this 100 Rand and you can buy, say for instance, 2 packets of popcorn. You pop it, you sell it, you start small. That's empowerment. So the answer is stop ignoring unemployment. Yes, I'm not the government. We cannot make things happen. But what you can do on a personal level, start planting seeds of empowerment into everyone. Start speaking positivity into someone's life and tell that person, no man, you can turn this thing around. And if you need some assistance, I don't have money, but I will listen and I'll see what I can do. Maybe I know of someone. So what I'm trying to say to you is, if we can stop ignoring unemployment and if we can start being more positive towards unemployment in the sense of, let's turn it around. Everyone has skills. Every single person has a skill.